Hi, James. Thanks for joining us. If you have a question for James, you can raise your hand.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We'll get started with Jake Meister.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Jake?
Not too bad. Can't complain. So we're having Alexis in a little bit. Just kind of talk about having her,
Okay,
on
Dorothy
the
Gentry. We'll start to you with you.
You say it again. I couldn't hear you.
I think Kelly, is Dorothy speaking?
Jake, go ahead with your question.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, just talk about having Alexis Prince on the roster. Obviously, she, finished up with you guys last season. What does her experience, on the team do in terms of just building that camaraderie during training camp?
It's somebody that can help move us along. Today was a tough day because there was a lot of information, and you can tell for the younger ones, it kind of got overwhelming a little bit. And so having another, vet that, knows our system a little bit more and able to, jump in different spots. She was able to play the 4 a little bit, and it just flowed naturally. So that helped us out a lot. And it helps us out, it's the fact that she's a veteran. She can go get your buckets, and you have to account for when you're on defense. So that, it helps out a lot of things.
And in Petra, what do you see from her just based off, the week and a half you guys have been practicing?
Scoot up a little bit. Sorry. And my ears are bad. The older
no problem. And in Petra, what have you seen from her in the week and a half that you guys have been practicing? Obviously, she's a newcomer, but what have you seen from her?
Somebody with good energy. She'll knock down a shot or two, especially from deep. She communicates well. So she's a good person to have in camp. And she'll surprise you with her. She's deceptively fast with her first step. So, and she's very fundamentally sound. So she's good to have. She's good to have. And she brings good energy. So I really like it.
Appreciate it, James. Thank you.
Dorothy Gentry.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for your time. I want to ask you about Azare and Diamond in particular. How will you reintroduce them, into the lineup, kind of manage their return, after their injuries, last year in the bubble? And are there any concerns that you may have there?
I think, both of them are different cases. Diamond, we haven't restricted her in any way. So, she'll be Diamond as you all know her. Azare, we have to have a different plan for, so we're not loading on her as much and kind of taking our time. She's healthy, like she's been through all her stuff and she's healthy. It's just that last year when we had her, we used her to a point where like she wasn't coming off of an injury, which she was. And it kind of made us take 2 or 3 steps back. So I don't want to do that this time around. And she was playing 30-something minutes for us when she had been out for a year. And it's just that she fits so well in our system. So you want to use her and you want to put her there and just, so this time, last year was a little like, last year kind of taught us how to kind of bring her into the system and not just put her out there full blast, but kind of ease her in. And she'll get to that point, but it's not as fast as we did last year.
Thank you.
Sylvia.
Hi, Coach. This is Sylvia from Beyond Women's Sports. How are you?
Hey, Sylvia, how you doing? I'm doing good, thanks.
I'm doing good. How is training camp going in week 2, and any progress you see that you can share with us?
Defensively, I think, we focused a lot on defense being on the floor. So, I mean, I think we've, the attention to detail there is something that we've focused on a lot. I mean, being 3 years in the same system, it's only so many things that you can do on offense. We've tweaked some things and, but not having Sloot in and not having Quigley in it, limits you from, how much you teach offensively, but defensively for us to be where we are, I think we're okay. But, it's a process turning into this team that can be more disruptive and just teaching them rules and stuff on the floor is it's a process. So we've committed to it, and we're going to keep committing to it. So I like where we're at so far.
Thank you, Coach.
James K.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Doing good, James. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks. I was just curious, with some players arriving late to camp, if you have like a plan for managing any players' minutes with these two preseason games coming up. I know did Courtney and Allie practice today?
No. They're in the protocol process where they're testing. They're testing, but they're not, able to be with the team right now.
So I know that in 2019, I think Courtney played somewhere between 20 to 22 minutes per game. After they passed protocols, I mean, do you plan on playing them in the preseason games?
22 minutes a game in the preseason?
Yeah, like in 2019, okay. I believe you did.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's still up in the air. I don't think either one will be available to play tonight. I have to use my fingers and count my days. I don't think they'll be available to play tonight. The 11th is still I don't know. That may be the day, but we don't want to rush them into anything. I think for me, it'll be easier to get them what they need in practice, more so than in the game on the 11th. I mean, I've been coaching them for 3 years. Longer than some coaches that have coached their team 4 years, because I got a chance to coach them overseas too. So I think them getting, back into the swing of things is more about timing and rhythm and learning what we do as far as defensively. And I think they'll get more from a practice than they will from an actual exhibition game.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of lineups that you've messed around with in training camp so far, are there any that have stuck out to you that you could maybe share with us right now?
No.
Okay. Appreciate it, Coach.
Allison Moran.
Okay, hang on one sec here. Oh, goody. Hi, Coach. Can you hear me?
You're on mute.
I'm on mute still.
No, you're not. I'm joking. You're not.
You're funny. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. I had wanted to ask a little bit about the chemistry as you're coming into the first preseason game, and what do you see as the strongest chemistry developing within the group that you have in camp right now?
That's a good question. That's a good one. I think, I haven't seen like chemistry between two players particularly. I think the challenge, I guess you could say defensive chemistry that we've seen between Diamond and Kyle, and the communication that we've challenged them, and Steph and Candace also. Like you've seen defensive chemistry with them.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so it's actually really cool. I think it was a certain, like I think we were trapping on the sideline, and it was Diamond and it was Diamond and Candace trapping on the sideline, and Kyle was actually helping. And so they got it out of the trap, and Kyle was able to get a steal on the ball, and it was really impressive because you saw that length and all that aggressiveness, and then we were able to get an easy bucket out of it. So that was some chemistry that I think that I've appreciated, like seeing our defensive tenacity.
Great. I had you actually froze up in the middle of talking about Diamond and the chemistry there. So can you repeat that little part of it?
Hey, I'm at an age I forget what I said. So I'll take. No, I said the defensive chemistry that I've appreciated more, like between Diamond and Kai, and between Steph and Candace, and I think it was one time on the sideline that Diamond and Candace were trapping on the sideline, and Kai was able to help the backside and get a steal. And
Awesome.
just to see that length and that athleticism and that tenacity, and us to get an easy 2 points out of it, it was something that I really appreciate.
Would you say that your confidence is growing by day in terms of this lineup or combinations being able to produce the depth that's necessary to win a championship this year?
That's a really, really good question. I'm a confident person. So I would say that it's growing, but I'm already really, really confident. And, you know, I just try to put my head down. I don't look that far into the future about what we can do. I'm confident in the day. And I'm confident that we were better than we was yesterday. And I'm confident that tomorrow we can be better than we were today. I'll say that. I'll meet you halfway and say that.
I like that. Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Alice.
Cosimo?
Hello, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Cosimo?
I'm
Man,
doing
I like
good
saying
too.
your name, man.
You're good at it.
Yeah.
Better than most Americans. By the way, I missed the first couple minutes because it's dinner time over here. So
Okay.
Is Shyla there yet or not?
She's not here yet. Like we're still
Okay.
waiting. She has been approved. So once she get here, she won't get kicked out of the country. So she is
That's cool.
accepted. And now we're just, we're working on a plan to get her, everything squared away so she can come and be here.
Okay,
She's
no.
the last person that we have to really have to be concerned about.
Okay, so
Ruby actually lands today.
I still got a question, which is you had like more than a week of training camp by now. So, and you talked about it in the last answer about improvement. If you go back and think about the first day of training camp and then think about today, what was the biggest growth that you have seen, like one single aspect of the game that the team got better at?
Defensively, we're solid. Like I think we've improved a lot. I mean, but that's been our main focus. But also, I can tell that now you get to a point where you can tell the WNBA players, the vets, from the younger ones, because now the games are around the corner and the impatience is starting to grow. So you start to see the separation of, the players that have that, that extra gear, and they're getting there. And so they're trying to pull everybody else along, because now the impatience is growing. And so now we've actually taught stuff day by day. So now my patience is shorter also. And so now you just have to, now we're getting there. And so you can see that's where the separation is starting to come, where some of our vets are really at a place where you can start the season today, and some of our younger ones are still playing catch up.
Okay, so how's Natasha doing in this in this second week of training camp?
She's doing good. Like, the thing about Natasha is, she got some things that you can't teach. She has instincts. She has size. She has athleticism, and she has length. And her length has been bothering people, all week, and that's something that we've challenged her to keep bringing to the table every day. And so even when some stuff goes too fast for her, she doesn't understand. We want her to affect the game in the ways that she can, and that's what she's trying to do, and she's doing not a bad job of it. So she's
okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate you answering multiple questions.
All right, cool.
Annie, Maxwell?
Hey, Coach, thanks for your time. As you get closer to making cuts, I wonder what your thoughts are on expansion in this league and how critical it is. And also to that, players that won't make the final roster, your confidence and you've talked about certain players and your belief that they would be great on WNBA teams. So Can you elaborate on just how important it is for the WNBA to expand in order for some of these players you've referred to getting those shots?
I think it's, I think it's something that probably has to be, revisited at some point. I try not to like look too far into that and, just try to focus on the task at hand, which is, kind of making our team and developing our team and putting the best puzzle together for us that we can. But at the same time, I do not get lost in the fact that this is the dream, this is the dream. Some players, they come into training camps and this is as far as they'll make it. Some players, are going to go on to play at other teams and work their way up. And you want to give an opportunity to as many of those players while still, building the league and making it a good league, a great league, the greatest league and greatest women's basketball league. And so, you want to build that and not take away from it. But at the same time, this is like not my most favorite time of the year when you have to make cuts, because this is the dream, and I feel like heavy when you have to take that dream away from someone, albeit it more than likely is temporarily, but at the same time it still happens. So I just want them to appreciate the time that they have here, and when it comes to expansion, if it's for making the league better and giving more players, more WNBA players, an opportunity to, develop into the players that they want to be, then I'm all for it.
Awesome, thank you.
Dorothy?
Hi, Coach, I'm back. Thanks again for your time. I want to ask you if you could come up with a word or a theme, or both a word and a theme for this Sky team, what would it be for this season, and why would you choose that? Kind of like the mindset that you all have this year. Thank you.
Do your job. Like, it's just, we got to do our job.
Okay.
And it's a lot of accountability going to go into that, but everybody has to do their job, and it has to be appreciated from the first player to the 12th player, from the head coach all the way down to all the support staff. We have to do our job if we want to get to where we want to get. And it's, you have to show up every day. Can't take a day off. You got to show up every day. That's the way it is.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, James.
Thank you, guys. And remember, the other thing will be, Dorothy, extra thing. Continue to social distance. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to think of other people when you're doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Hi, Petra. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's your first week of camp going?
It's been really good. It's just really good to be here and learn from all these great players. So I'm just really excited for every day and just learning new things.
Great. We'll start with Jake Meister.
Hey, Petra, nice to meet you. Kind of along those lines, what goals have you set for yourself during your first, WNBA training?
I would just say, give it my all every day. I'm really confident in who I am as a player. So just, doing what I do best and just giving my all, playing hard, stuff like that.
Are there any players on the roster that have kind of steered you, in like a proper direction as you kind of taken everything over this process?
I would say, definitely Kai and Diamond, because we all play the same position. So just, watching them, what they do on defense and offense, and just asking questions, they're always willing to explain stuff. So I feel like those two definitely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Dorothy Gentry.
Hi, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Can you, along those same lines, can you talk a little bit about how you use the off season to prepare for the competition that's in training camp? And both mentally and physically, how have you prepared to become a part of this Sky team?
Yeah, so obviously after the season, I took a couple of days off just to kind of regroup after the long season, and then I was just working on my shot, trying to stay in shape, honestly, and get better. I worked out with one of the assistant coaches at Carolina, so I was just kind of trying to stay in shape and stay the player that I was during the season.
Thank you.
Allison Moran.
Hey, Petra, it's good to meet you. If only you can hear my voice. But I wanted to find out from you, how has the reception been from the other Sky players, and who have you worked with the most in the time you've been in training camp?
Yeah, like I said, definitely Kai and Diamond, since we played at the same position.
Mhm.
So Brittany has been really helpful because she's super vocal. So that's like one thing that I really like about her. She's always, encouraging players and just, trying to help us, especially the people that are new. So I feel like she has been definitely really helpful for all of us rookies.
Gotcha. The how have you worked at all with Candace in this process as well? And what have you taken away from her leadership of the team?
Yeah, I've been on her team a couple of times. Honestly, it's just amazing to watch her. She knows the game so well, and she's also like so helpful. Obviously, she's been in the league for so long, and she's someone that I watched when I was a kid. So just learning from her and always listening. She's always trying to help everybody. Honestly, it's not like she's just focusing on herself. She's just trying to help the team get better, and it's really awesome to watch her do that.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Annie Costwell.
Hi, thank you so much for your time. I wanted to, dive a little bit more into Candace, and I wonder what your first memory of seeing her play, maybe just on TV, maybe live. What's your first memory of Candace as a player?
I don't think I have like the first memory, but I remember watching her for her play for Team USA. I don't remember what year that was, but I know that I always watch her, especially because the Czech team has always been pretty good. So just watching her play for Team USA.
Awesome, thank you.
Cosimo.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So I wanted to ask, since you're not the only Czech guard in Chicago, there's also Satoransky playing for the Bulls. Did you manage to like catch up with him before coming to play for the Sky, or just out of curiosity, because it's unusual for two Czech players to be in the same town playing. So
yeah, so I don't know him personally, but he's definitely somebody that I look up to. Obviously he's the only Czech player in the NBA, but yeah, we didn't get to talk or anything. I actually went to his game before COVID first started last year. So yeah, it's crazy that we're, pretty much two Czech players and we're all in the same city.
yeah, I love his game, so I'm looking forward to see you play for the Sky too. So it's,
Thank you.
I wish all the best to you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Dorothy, did you have another question?
I'm sorry, no, I don't.
No problem at all.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Petra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Alexis. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us. We'll get started with Jake Meister.
Hey, Alexis, Coach Wade just talked about how, with you being on the team toward the end of last season, you already had that experience on this roster. How has this compared to, you know, being in the bubble versus now being actually in Chicago and having like a true training camp setting been for you?
I think the difference is I get to start out from the beginning, like learning everything. I feel like in the bubble, I had to try to get everything really quick on the fly without really, you know, breaking it down, doing the details and everything. It was just more of, all right, learn on the fly, because everybody else already knew, you know, like how to do certain things. So I think it's better for me to get that better experience with practice.
Kind of along those lines, you know, have you been building specific chemistry with anyone while practicing, you know, doing scrimmages? Is there anyone that's kind of been, you know, right on line with you in terms of the way that you're playing your game?
You mean like a specific person?
Yeah.
I watch Diamond and Kalia a lot. I know we are like the same position, so I just try to watch what they do and try to add it into my game, or just whenever we're doing the plays or anything, just see how they do certain things. So basically those two.
How has your relationship been with Candace thus far?
Say that one more time.
How has your relationship with Candace Parker been thus far?
I mean, it's been cool. I mean, just seeing her every day, knowing that she working still and coming to practice, that's motivating.
Great. Thank you, Alexis.
Madam?
Dorothy?
Hi, Alexis. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. How have you prepared mentally and physically, you know, for the competition that's in training camp and finding your spot and finally finding a place to call home for your WNBA career?
Mentally, I guess I just always tell myself just be happy for every opportunity. Like I said, I was able to get the call last year towards the end, but now it's getting another opportunity. Just go out and play my best every time. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alexis. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.